Hello everyone, this is Serious Trivia. Welcome back to another episode of our Confucius tutorial Let's Play as we continue here for episode 10 from turn 1 of the Modern Age. And the first thing we're going to figure out is how to win the game. And there is basically the age progression system still, and we have to pick one to go for. So let's see what each one involves, and basically the final victory when completed unlocks the World Bank victory condition. First step, we have to research industrialization and then build ourselves a rail station. And then proceed to connect our city with the rail and then research mass production, connect 3 settlements by rail. A port in both settlements will complete the connection. Interesting. Did they say city or settlements? Settlements, okay. And then they want us to build a factory. Now this is an important building whether or not we're going for economic victory, because this will increase our resources in each settlement now. Basically there's factory resources. And then we want to earn ourselves 150 railroad tycoon points. How? Oh, there we go. Settlements with a rail connection and a factory will be able to slot factory resources crucial to Railroad Tycoon Legacy Path. Build a factory in a settlement with rail connection, slot 5 factory resources, and earn 20 points. So every 5 resources, 20 points. And then they want us to get 150, so if it's 4 points per resource, we're looking at, roughly 38 resources. Earn 300 points. And then earn 500 points. There must be, it can't be just this, right? It's literally just continue to accumulate factory resources. I guess in multiple cities, so it will double count for some. We'll have to play around with this to see if there's any other way, or is just basically get resources. To win an economic victory, players must first complete the Modern Economic Legacy Path, which will grant them the Great Banker in their capital. Okay, so maybe at one of these points we'll get the Banker. Once a player has gained the Great Banker, they must use its established World Bank office action in the capital cities of each other player. So we have to move it around and build World Bank offices. Cost both gold and influence each time it's used, scaled by relationship. So I guess good relationship cheaper, bad relationship more expensive. Any economic legacy point earned across all ages will reduce the cost of established World Bank office action. The player who establishes it in every capital will immediately win economic victory. Okay. First glance, not super interested in going for this victory, but I am interested in getting factories and railroads. Military, Operation Ivy, so nuclear weapon research, I guess. To win a military victory, player must complete 3 steps. First, the Modern Military Legacy Path must be completed, which will unlock the Manhattan Project Wonder to build a city, to be built in a city. Once a player has built the Manhattan Project, they'll be able to conduct an Operation Ivy project in one of their cities. A player who completes the Operation Ivy project will immediately win a military victory. Yeah, so basically get nuke, win game. But first on the way, political theory. Ideology is a new concept. So basically we had pantheons and then religion. Now we have ideologies in the modern age. And I guess it's part of the government, but also what the civic is gunning for, and your ideology and ideology differences with the other factions actually make a difference. Research, so a mix of civic and tech. And then we also have to capture an ideological enemy, someone who doesn't believe the same thing we do. Settlement. I think they're trying to capture the spirit of like the Cold War, and you successfully capture, or not even before the Cold War, right? So like fascism, basically isms across the world. And then we want to score points by capturing settlements. I mean, we had our fair share of wars in the previous age. I am also not thinking about this. I mean, previously we kind of planned for science. First, the staffed flight here to space flight. To win a science victory, player must complete 2 steps. First, modern science legacy path must be complete, so finish the path. And then we must complete the staff space flight project in a city with a launch pad. A player who completes the staff space flight project will immediately win a science victory. And we have a bunch of legacy, but we have actually both legacy maxed out in the previous 2 age, so it definitely should help increase the production towards the staff space flight. And to see the process of the legacy, start with getting flight, and then development of aerodrome, and then complete the transoceanic flight project. The aerodynamics, and then break the sound barrier project, and then rocketry, launch pad, satellite, and then space race. Okay, so, and then after this is the next research for the manned flight. So basically just research something, build something, launch a project, which is build something basically, but it's a project instead of an actual building. And then we'll get our victory. I think very feasible for us. This is probably what we're tracking to. So we're looking for flight, we're looking for aerodynamics, we're looking for rocketry in the tech tree. And then if we want to do a culture victory, study natural history, civics, and then geographic society. Oh, this must be, yeah, explorers and maybe digging up artifacts. Universities, museums, find ruins on continents. Discovering artifact. Excavating it. Studying hegemony. I think that's a civic. Display 5 artifact. Optional research artifact on different continents. Display 10 artifact and then 15, and then we host the World Fair. Complete the path. Unlock the World Fair wonder to be built in any city. The player who completes it first. So basically dig up 15 artifacts and then complete the wonder. I think that's also a viable path for us, of course, but I think we're probably gearing towards science. All the wars have reset. There are new resources available. Rubber, which is an empirical resource that boosts infantry and air units' combat strength. We got oil, which is heavy naval and cavalry unit gain +1 combat strength and additional 1 plus infantry. Sort of like the horses of the ancient era. They're definitely not like a required resource as important as previously in older Civ games. Quinine, factory resource, units heal +1 health. So this is a stackable one. I bet it's impure. Oh, it's factory resource. Okay, I see a couple more, so I guess this healing could greatly improve our unit. Coffee, slightly out of our reach. 5% production towards building wonders. And so coffee, oh, we should build some settlements here. Grab the coffee resources that we have just slightly outside of our borders. Coal, +1 combat strength for light naval units and 100% production towards rail stations. Okay, makes sense. Horses still around, but now it's a happiness resource. Makes sense. No longer for war, just for people who want to have horses. Happiness in city with rail, +3 to any other city that doesn't have rails. Truffles is now food. And we have citrus, which is also factory resource production for naval units. Missing vitamin C on the ships. We got oil here. Any other new resource that we see? Cotton is now also 5% production towards land. So basically the bonuses are different. Gold stays the same. Valuable as ever for purchasing buildings. Really love these 2 initial gold that we had. I think it really, goes well with our plan. Now distant land resource no longer producing the treasure fleet, but straight up give us happiness and food. 3% science for factory resource. Okay. Production went up by 1 point. Not a huge scaling difference like before. Unfortunately, Guiant didn't gain anything. I actually think didn't Guiant the dyes. The dyes are gone, right? I think they had dyes. That is disappointing to learn. Now Guiyang feels like a terrible town. All right, oil heavy in the place where we tore it up. Jade's gone. Jade was here, but it's replaced by oil. I mean, modern day jade has value. Have you ever been to Southwest or China where jade markets? Jade sells for a lot. Marble steel production towards wonder, which I don't know if makes any more sense for modern wonder. Like if you're building like a space flight or like a world fair, you need so much marble. You got tobacco, increased production with rails, factory happiness with chocolate, that makes sense. Sugar is just straight up food. Okay. Alright, I mean, kind of got the gist. Some of these new land we definitely want. And once again, the independent powers are gone, which is really disappointing. I thought they addressed it in the recent patch, but I guess not. I guess new ones might form. We might pop a few settlements to get these resources. This looks like a good spot. It misses out on the coal, but that might not hurt us. Wow, so much stuff. This area, actually, I think with the double coffee is a must grab. So we might want to build like a settlement here as quickly as possible. We'll take a look into that. And then like some of this area, we might just be on coffee hunts, but yeah, this is going to squeeze over and grab that for sure. And then some of these islands that we scouted out, nothing new here, unfortunately. Yeah, Guiyang's super disappointing. Oil isn't that great. I mean, it still stacks, but I don't think it's going to be worth our time. Maybe something over here? This part's so unexplored and it looks unsettled because Isabella's to the north. Okay, so we kind of know what's going on. We can pick our legacy bonuses. I think we're considering either the science victory or the world fair, which would be the culture victory? Culture economic? But I think science makes more sense. We got the carryover legacy from both ages. We got 1 wildcard points, 3 points on militaristic, infantry, range unit, and all your distant land stuff. Nope. Sure, I think that helps. We have a few and we're going to build more. And we'll take 1 more expansionist point, which should give us that increase in settlement limit that we were looking for earlier. Diplomatic culture, we got to look that up to see which one we need more. That's the only thing we have. There's no choice. Universities get carried over. Definitely doing that. +3 science per turn on each quarter. Will that look strong? Which one might be better for us? These are optional. We don't have to select those. I think we keep Tron as our capital. There's not any key bonuses like before with the Ming where we get 50% science boost in the capital. So it's not so crucial, but I think we still hang on to it. We're trying to decide between this, and I think we take this. We'll take a look at scientific. Diplomatic, culture, scientific, we'll take a look. How do I close this out? View map, there we go. Let's see. Diplomatic, celebration length, not super key. And then scientific, if we trade that point, is it better than 3 points on all quarters? We haven't had any alliances. We're probably gonna have more than 3 cities. 5% total right now would mean, I mean 10% would be 25, so about 13. 3-inch quarter is better. Okay. We haven't picked government yet. We haven't, so I think it's diplomatic, and over here we take the plus science on each quarter. We keep our original capital, Chan, and we're good. What? Terracotta army? Mausoleum? This must be a bug. I don't think that's actually what's happening. That's also not what's going on. We can take a look at our new civic tree and also pick our civic. So the Qing civic, the 10 Great Campaign happened during Tianlong's reign. He basically expanded the border with 10 campaigns, and China got much bigger under him. +1 combat strength for all units for every civilization, city-state you have a trade route with. Oh. So we could have like +5 on all unit if we trade with every civ, and if we trade with city-states, that's even more. That's interesting. Okay, the additional policy is called 闯关东. Ah, okay, so this was an event that happened in the later periods of the Qing dynasty. Guangdong is the area in northeast China, and that's the area where the Manchurians came from. So that's sort of they see as their homeland. And initially, when they established the Qing dynasty, they didn't want Han people to live in this area beyond the pass. Guan is the gate path, right? Shanghai Guan, the last gate path they came through to basically enter Ming China. Beyond that, to the east of that, is land that they see as Manchurian land and Manchuria area. And they didn't want Han population there. So they built these, they're not really walls. Basically, they built a slightly raised dirt mound that goes all the way across like a wall, but it's very short. And then they planted trees on them, willow trees, I believe, 柳树. And then they would tie this string or like a rope around each tree. Like there's a certain distance between each tree that they planted. It's a very makeshift border that existed for a while. And the problem was, as the Qing entered its sort of middle to late period, it entered a lot of wars with the Russians. And it started losing land in the north because the Russians were encroaching and they were losing some of the battles, and they just didn't have enough population to settle this entire area, that they were keeping the Han population out because the Manchurians, they didn't have that many people. So eventually they decided that we can't let this continue, or else, we're trying to keep this land for our homeland, and our policy was trying to keep the Han out, and in comes the Russians. That's even worse. So they started to encourage Han population to settle in the northeast, and this movement was called 闯关东, where they encourage you to go there to the frontiers and settle and try to take those land back from the Russians, because border is not so set by policies and treaties at this point. It's basically you have someone living there, that's your land, right? So that's what they were trying to encourage. My family, actually, on my mother's side, they're from Shandong, which is the peninsula in northern China. Across the sea from them is Guangdong, and my maternal side's grandfather's family, they went and participated in this. But by the time it was my grandfather, he moved the family back to Shandong, sort of reverse action. I mean, different economic policy way later, but I still have some relatives in Dalian, which is across the bay, basically. And then I still have family, which my mother's side is in Shandong today. So definitely a process that familiar with. 25% growth rate in towns with resources assigned to them. So basically towns would be the forward settlements, and we get growth rate in those towns. This is actually a pretty good policy. I think we do want that. Open customs. This will unlock the Tianzhuang for us, so that our unique building. And open custom probably refers to, it's weird that they picked open customs for the Qing dynasty. The Qing dynasty sealed off a lot of the naval trade routes throughout its reign. Guangdong was a specialized port that allowed foreigners to trade with Qing China. Qing China main policy was to lock down the country. I think Kangxi sort of started this in the later periods of his reign. You can see his name here on his tax reforms, but he got a gift, I think for his 60th birthday, from the British. where they showed him like all sorts of new technology, telescopes, cannons, ships, all sorts of intricate things, watches and cuckoo clocks, all sorts of grandfather clocks, that type of stuff. And after he saw all of that, he came to the conclusion that stuff like this wouldn't be good for China, and that China didn't need technology like this. And he shut down the ports. He did allow trade in one port, Guangdong's port, which is, I guess, where this open customs will be referring to, and the Ko-Hong social policy there with the 50% trade income bonus. That is a group of intermediaries that were state sanctioned. So basically, if you want to do business with China, Qing China at the time, and you're a foreigner, you basically dock in the Guangdong ports, you talk to the Ko-Hongs, and they would arrange the trade deals with you. That group eventually got abolished after the Opium Wars because losing the Opium Wars forced the Qing government to open up the ports. And at that point, you had basically foreigners on leased land, forcefully leased, or some borrowed for 99 years in the case of Hong Kong, Macau. And that's the result of losing the Opium War. At that point, you don't need the Ko-Hongs anymore because there are no intermediaries. They basically own part of your land. So that's kind of the policy. So calling this like open customs feels a little weird. But we get the sort of bank building there with the Tianzhuang +2 culture from all imported resources. So that's an additional bonus on top of our unique bonus of the Kangqian Shengshi, which I think already gives +2 culture, if not even more. I forgot what the ratio is. I know it's like +4 something, +3 something, +2 something, and then -1 science. So we get another +2 culture on that, and then settlement limit on this. This is good too, just for the settlement limit on top of that. And then basically everything is geared toward trade, which is so weird as the Qing design, because they were all about shutting down trade and trying to limit it, but eventually got forced open. Now the Kangxi tax reformation, I feel like it's also a weird choice here, but we'll talk about this later. We get Shiguan, which is the sort of the buildings that the guilds build for students from their province that's coming to the capital to take the imperial exam. And we get +6 science yield and some happiness on top of that, +2 food on all resources assigned to city. So all the resources we pump in will give additional food. That's actually really good. And then we get farmland assessment. So basically another bonus to all. It's not even just imported resource, just resource period. So factories will also be very strong, just open up how many resources we might have. Farmland assessment, +5% production to our training land unit. Okay. So Kangxi is one of the earlier emperors in the Qing dynasty, and there was a lot of reforms that started in the later years of Kangxi that continued into his son's reign, which is Yongzheng's reign. And I think Yongzheng is the one who pushed for the most tax reformation. But a lot of the problems in the later years of Kangxi, he started wanting to push for some of these reforms, but one, he was very old. Two, the court was very stagnant at that point. It was very hard to push these policies. Essentially, the Qing government faced a problem that was a leftover from the Ming government. Taxation in China has always been very difficult, just given how big it is for administration to tax. And by the Ming period, local taxation got out of hand. The traditional taxation is you get taxed on your land, and you also get taxed per head. So there's a head tax, basically kind of like as long as you exist, like you're a registered population, you would have to pay tax every year for you to be a citizen, basically. And you also have to get tax on the land you own, and that's the two standard tax. The tax payment can come in two forms. Usually there is a portion of it that's going to be money, and the other portion is going to be based on labor. Corvée labor has traditionally been a mainstay of ancient China throughout the dynasty. So you're expected to offer your labor for X amount of days in a year to the state. So if there's like a road building project in your town and the government's trying to gather labor for road building, you're going to have to serve for that, and that comes out of your annual tax. Everyone has to do a portion of that. Ignoring the labor side of things, the money side of things where things get really crazy, because by the late Ming, they started taxing on all sorts of necessity because the government was running out of silver. There was a global trade deficit going on. And that basically pushed the revolution from the inside with Chuanwang's rebellion. But ignoring that, by the Qing dynasty, they didn't want to make the mistake of the Ming dynasty, so they were trying to simplify taxation and going back to sort of the roots of having land tax and head tax, but then population exploded during the Qing dynasty. So as the population exploded during Kangxi's reign, as you had like periods of long peace, most of the new population resisted registering with the local government, especially if you're born in a rich family. If your family owned a lot of land, oftentimes the local government will work with you and just like not register your new kids, or maybe some labors that's classified as part of your household. And that way you have people that, you know, work for you, but they don't have to pay the head tax. And this became very, very common. And other scenarios are you're poor and you don't want to pay the head tax, so you become sort of displaced population where you're no longer registered to where you're born and you're just kind of wandering around, and you have vagrants, and both scenarios are very bad for the government. So in the later Kangxi period and into Yongzheng mainly, so this is like a tax reformation that happened during Yongzheng, Qing government abolished the head tax to a degree. They basically locked down saying, you know, this is the head count we have today. Going forward, we expect to just have this much tax income going forward. So we set how much we expect to get paid by today's head count. Even though a lot of the population are not in it, we recognize that. We want everyone registered, so at least we can know how much population, you know, is in each region. We can properly plan for things. And, you know, if we have increasing population, everyone will just pay less because we'll divide from a number that just will never go up again. And instead of trying to get government money from like just the head tax, we'll try to make more money back from the land tax by encouraging more people to stay and not become vagrants, to have land to farm, and then the whole country be more productive. That was at least in theory. In practice, it was still very difficult because local government tend to favor certain, you know, regional influence. Like if you have a gentry clan in your area, let's say, yeah, there's a population increase, everyone's paying less, but like we'll make this family just pay nothing, and then we'll force the poor people to pay most of that portion, and they still had it very rough. So it didn't work that great in practice. There's still flaws. I mean, with every system, it's up to whoever is trying to administer at the lowest level to see if you can get fairness, especially since it's really hard to audit a lot of these things. But overall, the abolishment of head tax made population explode. So China never had like, I mean, traditionally in like Han Dynasty, maybe we had like world's like 2/3 population at the peak of like Western Han, but China had like huge ebb and flows. But once you get to the Qing Dynasty, you get like massive population growth, where just China becomes super populous, which continues even till today. And part of that reason was the abolishment of this head tax under Kangxi. And it's making farmlands more productive by forcing people, well, not forcing people, but encouraging people to register with government, to have land, stay in your area, and try to make a living through that. Stabilizing frontiers, I guess just what it sounds like. Banner armies are the 8 banners of the Qing army. They got terrible by the mid to late Qing. Basically, you know, everyone's living a good life. They had super low combat capabilities. They started recruiting like nomads that are farther north from them, a different ethnicity tribe, who still lived in really tough areas and still had to like farm, hunt, and fish and fight. And they basically told them, you guys are not allowed down south. You guys have to stay there, and you guys have to be in the army to maintain like a combat ready force, because they knew, you know, most of the banner people lived in Beijing and they were just living a good life. There was an inner city in Beijing and there was an outer city. The inner city during the Qing Dynasty were mostly Manchurians and mostly everyone from the banner armies, because there weren't that many of them. And then the Han population would live on the outer city and also go into inner city to serve some of them. But basically, the banner army, very, very low combat capabilities going towards the later Qing period. Modernization, we actually do want some of these now, not only for wonder, but also for some of the policies. We were hesitant to take policies in the previous age because it was going to be a huge hit on our science. This is not the case anymore. So we'll see what we want to pick up here. Hermitage. Great works on display. So very artifact focused. We probably want the artifacts. Must be placed on tundra. That might be very restrictive. Every celebration gains a population. +2 culture from specialists, but increase happiness maintenance. +2 science, but increase food maintenance. I actually don't mind that. Political theory, free speech, ideology tree. I think we do need to do this to get this, because this drives the ideology portion of the modern age, and we definitely shouldn't ignore that, like how we ignored science. We'll come back to these later. These are no longer like legacy cases. Like previously we really wanted to get our unique civic done because we can keep them going to the next age. Here's like, this is the last age. You know, whether we get this or not, they're just the same as these, right? They're things we will use in this age and the game ends. So we won't weigh these that heavily. All right, new population. The one place without resources. There's like no good choice. There's like this. Great. New ageless building. Grocers. We get increased food on all food producing tiles. And on cultivated. That doesn't. How does that even matter? If they're not cultivated rural tile. Oh. Wait, yeah. If we don't have a population on it, why does it matter? Yeah, we'll pop into the city hall and then we'll just specialize this. There's nothing to do here. Okay, they have 50 combat strength, they're melee. I'll pay for this. This is what, 1,000? 1,200? Ooh, pricey, but we can specialize this now. I don't think we missed this at all. Food. Fishing town. Yeah, there's no quarters here. Okay, Guiyang's done. Hangzhou. Let's see. New resources? Question mark. We got the oil. We meter still here. No new resources. Grocer. Not paying for that yet. Do we still let this grow? 8 turns? What can we get? I can throw a grocer into, right, farm. Fishing boats. There's some potential good fishing boat. Maybe we'll leave this alone, but this would speed it up for sure. Complete the quarter. What if we want to spend money on other places? That's the only thing. Yeah, we'll grab these. These seems like the ones that are very, very good. Unless we really want culture. Food first. I think we might grow this out a little bit more. Linger. They might be done. We might just pop this in and get the yields and turn it into a mining town. We got the oil. There's no other resources. We guarantee their happiness. Try to push for celebrations. So we have what? Let's take a look. Bunch of camps. 1 woodcutter, 2 woodcutter, oil rig, mines. Yeah, I think sawmill's good. Gristmill, not really. There's a couple farms, but not many. 2 farms I see. 1 plantation. It's not completely terrible, but gristmill has to be on river, which means it's city hall split. That's fine. And then we don't have slots for that. Okay. No way. Stonecutter. Yeah, why is the other option gone? Rate of growth here is too slow. I think we specialize. This gotta be a mining town. I guess oil rig doesn't really count. Right, because this has oil, we can purchase a factory cheaper, get 1 resource slots. It's kind of tempting. But like, how much production are we actually adding here? It's every camp as well, I believe. Camp, woodcutter, clay pit, mine, quarry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 24 production, which is becoming added to this and then becomes gold. It's basically 24 extra gold versus making factory half price just here. I think this is better. Especially we're doing this on turn 1 of Modern Age. Alright, we don't need to garrison units on these as well. We can definitely change that. Fuzhou is a city. Wait, no, Fuzhou's a town again. Right, only... Oh, we need to spend money on changing things to city. Only Chan is a city. Only Chan is a city. Well, that's because the resource distribution changed drastically. So we need to spend money on making cities again. Liangzhou is definitely a city. It's cheap because it's 42 population. Huaiyang, go back to a city. Fuzhou... Fuzhou's problem is we don't have any district tiles for land. We made a mistake. I was trying to be efficient with the resource here in terms of how we build the district. We should have built this land district first and then put the fishing here. That way we actually get these 2 tiles to use to build districts. Right now we just don't have room. Yeah, these are full. I mean, we can get rid of the dungeon armory, I guess. But maybe Fuzhou can stay a town. Actually, I'm not so sure about it being a city. Like, we might want to make one of these cities. Got a good amount of resources. I'm trying to think. This one... Not this one. This one barely has any resources. This one's population dipped so hard in the plague. It's gotta be this one first. Okay, so that's our 4 cities now. I think we're good here. Fuzhou might actually stay a fishing town. Grab that tile. Oh, we got 2 population here. Do we want this? I guess the happiness alone's worth it. No improvements. 3 happiness plus the food. Give up 1 food for production. Sounds logical. I guess this is a town. Let's get the resource first. Huaiyang. We made it a city again, right? Yes, we did. Okay, so... Unfortunately, no new resources and no specialists right now. Oh, did they take... Because the buildings are reset? So no specialists until we get the new buildings. It doesn't matter. I guess we expand out that tile. 2 population. Food is decent here. Happiness is not, but that's resource based. We can fix that. But just to help it out a little, we'll take the mountain. And we get another one. Any resource that's missing? Looks like all the... Was this the pillaged one? Yeah, I think they all repaired by themselves. Feels like production's good, but food is not great here. So we might want to offset that. Is there still any expansion potential? I think we can grab some land here with Culture Bomb. Yep. Loyal. Loyal also has city potential, to be honest. It has a lot of flat land, which we can actually build districts. It has good forest tiles. I'm gonna take this first. Costs 500 to become a city. I might consider it. Where's the city center? This is City Hall, so we can actually still grab some tiles here. Not really that worth grabbing. That tile's potentially ours. All the resources are good. I mean, we'll get meter and also get some land. Chang'an. Settlers. But first, low happiness dismiss because we're doing resource right after this. Tech. I thought shouldn't we get 2 boosts? We did 2 tech. We did 2 future tech. I feel cheated, but okay. Get the science building early so that we can keep building science. 2 free tech on Oxford University plus 1 wildcard attribute point. That sounds legit. Yeah, let's get this first. It's boosted and maybe we can get ahead with that. 3 policies from before. Our science building actually stayed because we kept the golden age, so this will actually give us some +1 science for each resource. Yeah, this would be good. We don't have specialists yet. We do have garrison units. Influence +52 a turn. Yeah, we'll do this. We have a bunch of points to spend. I think we're increasing the celebration length. Ah, we could have saved. We could have saved. This is good. This is also good. But we have more than 3 cities now, so it's a little bit less good. This is safe. I think we do this into this. Settlement limit. I think we also want settler here. This should just be mass settling at this point. We need to get our 5 settlements up. Alright, let's figure this out. Where's unhappiness? Your Liangzhou city, Huayang city, -4. Let's everything turn everything. Okay, we're gonna start dividing it up. I don't think we can assign factory resources until we have factory, which makes sense. So we're splitting out of the city and bonus for now. So we'll first divide the bonus resource to towns. Any town. Happy, happy, happy. Towns are very happy. The cities, not so much. China in particular is very sad. +6 happiness. Once this is only if we have well, 6 happiness in capital for pearls. So send all the pearls to the capital. More culture in the capital. Okay, we definitely want to maximize these. And that last slot, this has evened out. We can also build the new park building, which will give us some happiness. Those are for sure set just because they maximize right now. The rail station's not coming yet. We gotta get the tech for it. And then these, there's a good mix of happiness. And so next city, because we took all the happiness stuff away, we're gonna have to give them the happiness, the ones that either the horse or like ivory. We're gonna do 1 ivory here and 1 horse for you just because they need more help. Over here, we can do double spice. That's positive now. We have another city, but they're fine. Okay, now we want to just divide up the city resources in cities because only they can use it. In that case, if they're only missing 5, I'm going to give them double fur. Or else no one else will use these. And we'll give the last fur here. That way our towns still get a good choice of things. I think towns, if we're still letting them grow and we didn't specialize them... Okay, so which one did I specialize? If we specialize them, no more food, right? Although they're sending the food to the cities, which is... then it's okay. They're still sending food to the cities, so it doesn't really matter. 6 food, 4 food, 4 happiness. So if they don't need happiness, we don't really care. Production would just mean 6 gold. So I actually would want as much of the 6 food as possible. Especially in places that... I think Luoyang we haven't specialized yet. This we definitely haven't specialized yet. But we might. We just haven't looked at it yet. Anyone else with low happiness? I guess we can keep some of the low happiness ones for emergencies. Like, they can still use 1, to be honest. Let's get production to help with wonders. This is also a city. Use up the city resources. The wines are good. Fuzhou is probably gonna stay a town. I think we're good. I think this is probably the most efficient. Like, it's a +6. These are technically +4. Like, we don't need the happiness. It's not really getting us anything. Alright, let's do it. Huaiyang, 3 happiness. I don't care at this point. I think we just want spam sellers. Get 3 sellers out. You are now a city. I don't know. I still don't know what... Oh, those are woodcutters. Oh no, they're still here. I don't know what pot cup is. What does it count as? It should... I mean, it's vegetated. Shouldn't it count as woodcutters? Grocer is probably useful regardless. Some plantations, some ships. Are we gonna try to settle over here? Oh, we are. Production time, yeah. We'll also do that. Our army contains now 4 field cannon, and 1 of the banners. I think we can keep the field cannons, banner troops. Where do we go with this army? That's the question. I'm not particularly interested in war per se. They all have a unit except for them. Okay. So let's rotate. Now the question is, does the religion just stick the way it is at the end and no one else can change it at this point? They're missing 2 units. Move a field cannon over. Alright, we take this army away and everyone else get a unit on their land, which also increases our science. These got upgraded as well. Give us some intel here. All right, took our first turn. That took forever. But we kind of know. Oh, straight up befriend them. Oh, they have the Qing clothes, but they're the Viennese people. I mean, they are heavily influenced by the Qing. So, I mean, China in general throughout the periods. We have 680. I still want this settlement here to get the coffee. It can even be here to get even more resources. This is a really greedy placement, which puts us 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is fine. We don't need to take care of them. Like, we don't need to destroy them to build that. So we'll befriend them instead. But their units might get in the way. Hold on. We can't wait anymore, so get us a settler. Take your money. I'm gonna save points. I mean, we already don't have enough points. I mean, we really don't need 12 versus like 18. It's not important. All right, how do we want to celebrate our celebrations? We have increased production to military units. This is like going to war, +3 combat strength for all unit 15 turn. Definitely going to war. Bureaucratic monarchy, extra gold for 15 turns. 15 turn for us because we have extended that. 30% relationship from endeavor and sanction 15 turns. Diplomatic approach here. Culture, this is very flexible. Isn't this what we want? I think so. I mean, we're either going for the science or the culture victory. This has got to be what we want here. I need to move them up just because we need to protect the settler potential there.
Now is the...
That was quick. So academy done. Electricity would lead the way to what we want. Seems like the specialist limit goes away until you research a new set. Another settlement limit increase, but we need steam engine for that. Merchants. Yeah, we gotta get merchants going, although we need more resource slots. But I think import, as long as we have the resource, even if we don't slot them, I think we get the bonus. I might be wrong. Red Fort plus gold, active fort. No, not what we need. Port. Port is important. Yeah, port is important. Increase the number of resources may be assigned by 2. Yes, port is very important. Steam engine next. Elitism over education. Harried parents with screaming children clinging to their leg beseech Confucius. Everyone deserves the gift of a sharp mind, not only the elite and enlightened. I mean, that's what Confucius believed in, actually. A reasonable argument, but resources are scarce. So either we get +9 in just one city or +3 in every city. +3 in every settlement. We're going to build it in a bunch of places. Alright, we're not going to directly go after them and try to farm. Oh, we actually could farm experience and not kill them, but that's fine too. We really want to fit this here and get this settled. Like ASAP, and start taking land and culture bombing and making sure we don't lose out anything. I think their boundaries are pretty set. Like whatever's not claimed, it's going to be ours. It's just whether they settle it before then. That's the key. And then also with Mr. Augustus hating us, we could be seeing another war in this age. Oh, they're back. Okay, so they kind of respawn, and looking at, they've got to befriend them all over again. They're not hostile at least, but to become their suzerain, you got to be. Like, there's a lot of redo in every age, which is, I don't know, that part I'm not a huge fan of. I know they're trying to do, like, the reset, so you can't, like, take advantages into a, you can give people a chance to catch up, but, like, to a certain degree, you know, you want certain things to, like, maintain what you worked hard for. I do think we need this, but I think we just buy it. Where is the 20 science? Replace the... Wait, why are we building over Golden Age Academy? That is nonsense. We're not doing that. That's actually still giving us bonuses. Who recommended this? We'll take the 17. Build it over the inn. Yeah, that makes more sense. Was a little bit of money. I mean, the grocer, we technically need 2. Like, arguably, we might even need the grocer more. It's too little to make a difference. We need more towns. That's what's going to make more difference. Specialized town in particular. All right, we'll buy the schoolhouse. We'll put it here. We did build a settler. Turns out to be our best unit. Oh, definitely this. Reclaim a farm. Looking for, like, adjacencies. That's a resource. Wonder. I mean, that's also going to open that. It's the same thing. It's not that different. There's more here. Get rid of the mine. Yeah, we'll get the population back. Oh, so we do have specialist slots. Oh, so they remained. Okay, that's why we have the happiness pressure. Let's take happiness. Just because of that. We can't take a specialist at this point. Waiting for that port to pop up so that we can actually get... And plus the production is going to help with the wonder as well. So they're going for that, which is good. That's our unit. Okay. I'm just looking at these, like, coffee resources. Wine's good. Like, this looks like a good place too. It's like a bunch of resources here. Get that coffee, but that's a competition for that. That we might not get. We go a little safer. We go somewhere like here, where we're still in the running for that. We lose out on the call-in, which right now is a factory resource that provides culture. This mountain blocks out the canal potential for like a city that leads out from the lake to the sea, or else we're kind of blocked in by them. This can get the horse as well. All right, this is a more ambitious build. We can reach the most resources here. We give up this for this, which I think is fine. Why can't I garrison? Already exists, so just go to sleep. We have a unit coming. I think I should specialize Fudor right away. I don't think it's gonna grow anymore. It's food. Yeah, we can still make it a city, just I don't think the growth is gonna kick in at all. Will this still grow? This is the interesting case where they have like districts built just because from previous... It was a city before, right? So that's the case. So with so many districts already, or quarters, should we do something like this? I mean, I wish it told you and I don't have to calculate. 1, 2, 3, 4. That doesn't count. I mean, I could still build something there. 5 culture, 5 science versus like a bunch of extra food. Is fishing boats, mining town? I don't know actually. It's definitely not gonna grow that easily anymore. A lot of mines. Camps, 1, 2, 3. Who has the upper hand here? 1, 2, 3. 4 for sure. I don't know about this. I think the food still wins out. All right, we're gonna do the food town. I think this is a city potential here. Not sure. We can still decide on that later. Can this still grow? This still can grow. Why is this growth so slow? I guess there's not enough food here. We'll let that grow out. Poli's gonna stay at town. Can't have that many cities. That looks like a potential settlement for us. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, can we... Can't afford a settler right now. But this one's gonna come in turn, so we're gonna move them over. I think that's a settle spot right there. I mean, I don't see this, but like that's just a hunch. It looks good so far, just from sheer resources. Another one we want to befriend. Or we might want to wipe this out and take this area for ourselves. Double oil. Can we get everything here? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this city could get everything, including these two. We might unpack this and try to bomb this. I need you. Need 1 land unit. Don't care about the money. Okay, happiness actually fine over here. So food is good because all the towns we have here as well. So I guess this would be the choice. Yeah, I have no idea what this thing is, so we're just gonna build over it. And get the population back and put it somewhere else. That looks good, that looks good. Probably we have so much food, let's get us some production here. Wait, shouldn't we move into them? Yeah. Behold the Gusa. Gusa guards their home. The Gusa guards their home turf with ferocity only a renowned cavalry can display. It would be a mistake for enemy forces to present themselves now. Oh. Cheaper forever for more. Yeah, I guess this is fine. They are currently one of the better units we can produce. Are we not ranged? Are we still ranged? Okay, I'm gonna have to move them. We do this around here. Move him here. Get the experience. Liangzhou. Why do they allow us to build over the Golden Age Academy when there is... Oh, my mistake. Wait. Golden Age Academies are from the first age. So what do we carry over? Universities? Right. Yeah, Golden Age. Okay. Yeah, that's where I got it. It is Golden Age, but it's expired. Okay, so we made a slight boo-boo. And we could have gotten a better yield, like, I think 3 more points of science back in Thailand, which now no longer works. They're going for here. That doesn't look attractive. Come over here. Like, by the time we conquer this, maybe you'll be close. Yeah, one of the ships not going to be able to hit. Oh, we can go to that side, actually. But we wouldn't get experience for it, so it would be different.
Soon shall thy arm.
Steam engine done. Let's see. Do we just go for urbanization just because we want more? I mean, we haven't gotten those settlements yet, so it's like kind of early. Maybe we'll get the mastery first, get the productions up first. Oh, we're already in a celebration. We love the Prime Minister Day. Prime Minister Confucius. Culture, just because it's weaker for us. But like raw value wise, like it's a boost on a much bigger number. I actually think we drive science harder here. We take the science from... It seems like our specialist carried over. Yes, I know we want merchants. But I don't think I can build merchants yet. Oh, we can. Hongshan are available now. After our wonder, please. What's with a very Japanese music? There we go. One more turn, we can settle our first settlement. We left him exposed. Get back here. We don't get experience for this. No rush, no rush. Our land unit's not here yet to disperse it, so... Oh, that's not a settler. Okay. Ooh, Chong. Home of the Revolution. Let's see. We start with 3 population. Oh, they have this 100 9 turn growth right now. I'm looking at the rate and seeing if we want to specialize anytime soon. If we want to maximize production, it would probably be this. Yeah, it's still growing. We'll let it grow. Alright, now it's all about resource grab. Anyone who might be competing with us, and is there anything in particular that we want right away? Marble. Coffee. Coffee not so urgent. He can't expand and take those. So there's no competition on this side, actually. Give me marble. I mean, we don't have it yet, but what we can do is actually expand out, take this tile by buying a building. I imagine there'll be camps, plantations, so granary should be good. Can't imagine it being bad. Yeah, that way we take that population back, and then we get the marble right away, which helps our wonder production. It's global. Yep. Good there. Great start. Huaiyang. Mind the city port? Oh, we need a port. We need a port. Let's just finish this quarter here. There's no point to override anything. At least that'd be a full quarter. They produce slightly less, but not a big deal. Pack it up. Your job here is done. We might have to defend against this. How many turns till they become friendly? 9 turns. Pump 300 influence. Yeah, because we're not paying this group. But I want to pay these guys. Oh! Someone's mean. Is it worth us settling? It would have to be here. Oh no, you can also be here. They're gonna grab the resource before we get there, I'm pretty sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's 6 resources? How fast can we get a settler over there? It's worth a shot. So we only have to pay them, which means we don't speed them up yet. We'll hang out here for a little bit. just in case they make a move on us. Oh, we have a settler here. Then we'll send you somewhere else. They're already moving, so they'll be quicker. Alright, you didn't get a fire last time. What do we want? Yeah, we want to go down for the first strike, I think. This is also kind of nice. The movement bonus. I think we'll take that first. I want to go over here just to get vision. Yeah, we have someone going there about the same number of turns. We're sending someone here as well, but we probably need more. Only 3 resources here, not worth it. I think we'll just come over here, take a look. Wait, why are you waking all the time? Oh, cause I was hitting skip turn. I do realize that. That's why he was waking all the time. But we hit the right thing now. How's our guy working over here? He made it. All right, there's actually a race for this tile. Which means I actually want to build here. That way, when I build, not brickyard, when I build granary, not just grabbing that right away, it's just we also can expand, take these as quickly as we can. To just really stop him from expanding out, and we can try to get all these we want as early as possible. Unless we got more happiness stuff. Not willing to drop a culture, even this out, and also production will help with the wonder. Our new towns can use some food and happiness. Okay. We have so much cash, can't we afford a city park? Ooh, ironworks first. To help with the wonder production, of course. They're all the same. Yeah, there's no adjacencies here. Let's replace the armor building here. We can build the park next turn. They went Russia, Prussia, Uganda, Minji, Japan, Mexico. Okay. Suzhou.
Soon shall thy arm unconquered.
Now I think we can get urbanization. Well, military academy would be a good building too. Wait, we also need a port to get more resources. Grocers. City parks, just like, resources means happiness. That's also important. That also fixes the happiness. Where's the other settler? There might be another one on the way. Might have lost track of one. Yeah. This one I might want to change. I mean, same thing. We want to probably settle a couple here. Influence. Gonna keep you alive. Or I hope you stay alive. No relationship with me? 25. 16. Okay, we might want to save us some point and do some endeavors.
The memory of having sat.
string our happiness. We can string our food. But then we're getting, yeah, why replace one that's giving us science and then, like, you know, slow our growth down? Hold on. Can we still expand? Sort of? It's actually a town. That is still growing decently well. We're trying to get political theory, so we'll start with natural history for the artifact. Even if we don't go down for that victory condition, I still think we need it. Yeah, but I don't know if I want to specialize yet. I think like, that still has growth potential. Disperse. Ooh, 300 culture. We're going to continue to explore. I'm going to have them explore as well. Yeah, we'll settle here next turn. It's basically mass settling. Yellow River still flooding. Urgency to take stuff. Maybe they'll build something over here and take it from us. Down here, we're kind of stuck with them. They can't really squeeze in here. But we want food to continue to grow fast, so we'll take this first. Shanghai. Okay. I'm thinking we need one here, need one here. That will help us with the wonder, yes. Slightly off the silver, but we can probably go maybe build something else over here. We don't know, but we got plenty of these. I don't think we're doing much there. give up one of the... for Shanghai, and then we'll take this. Oh? Wait, how? Oh, Yellow River. Heal. Anything break? Yeah, we got a truffle back, but I don't think we have a slot for it. Just wait a turn. I'm gonna pack you guys back up. Oh no, buddy. Can you guys move? Is this a war declaration? No, settlement under threat. Wait, by who? This? We have an army here. Do they not see that? This is another tile we're fighting for. If we really want to just be efficient there, we grab this, even though it's a terrible tile to really work on. That's not really that important. We should get this. This makes more sense. I mean, we could settle here. This would also work. We don't get the pearl either way, right? Because even if we settle here, 1, 2, 3, pearl's out of range. And we settle here, we get the wine nonetheless. We get... yeah, this just be a resource town. Landrel. Let's see. Sickness in the air? Another plague-related thing? A strange disease run rampant among people of the tropics. Some say in ancient times such illness was treated with quinine, but others insist... oh, the resource we have. There must be a more modern solution. So if we improve a quinine resource, we fund a study. It starts a... wait, this... what do we get from this? Start a study? Develop a novel medicine? Seems like a culture route, seems like a science route. We are gunning for science, but laboratory? This is easy. We have one nearby. Alright, we're just gonna go very high tech. Lock down the chocolate. That's key. Basically that border is key, and then we get this, and they're just basically stuck. Got more factory resources, but we got a town. We don't have any more town resources, do we? That we can move? I mean, that is a town resource, but I don't think we can move that one, so... alright, you're gonna be... yeah, nothing for you for now. Another nice city spot. Maybe a little deeper. That way we get this truffle as well. We can put it here. Because there's no coastal resource to grab. You. Right here. You. Right here. There's also a nice concentration, maybe another city over here. And this one, truffle fight, maybe here. 1, 2, 3. Depends on what else is here. I know we're selling like crazy. I know we're already at 16, so that's 17. That would be 18. So we probably don't settle this until later. but I like the resource grab that we're doing. And then we're going to shift to trade once this comes out. We get 2 free tech from that. But I think we'll end our episode here. I'm a strong believer that towns are very, very, very powerful. And they will definitely help us. Some of these might even become cities depending on how they develop. Maybe we don't need it. I think towns by themselves actually has a lot of value. And we'll see how it can contribute to our victory. Science is back to being a huge lead. No one's close. We have like almost 3 times the science of the second place and like 10 times the science of the last 2 place. No one can touch us. Influence is high. Gold is 10 times some of them. Oh, 3 gold? What are you doing? I mean, we picked on them quite a bit in the colon. So this is colonialism. You know, basically we're telling us like, why are you so bad? And then we took all your stuff last age. And then happiness, we're good, so celebration should be solid. Even though, you know, our culture is our weakness, it's still stronger than everyone else's, so it looks good. We're gonna go for the victory. I don't think anyone can stop us, and with high tech means our units will always be better. So as long as we have some units, I feel like no one can really touch us. So we're gonna cruise to victory. That should be the goal. Going for science. So hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you all next time. Bye!